What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Trend or Trap for Monday, June 29th, 2026. I'm Dan Karpuk here for TrendsCenter. Let's get right into the Monday MLB slate. As always, we're going to go through 5 different games. We are going to decide whether the trend provided is something you should tail or whether it's a trap to fade. So without further ado, let's get right into it with the Pirates at the Phillies. The Pirates are 42-42. The Phillies are 47-37. Braxton Ashcraft 7-3 with a 3.07 ERA versus Aaron Nola 3-4 with a 5.58 ERA. Per TrendsCenter, Pirates games, which with Braxton Ashcraft starting this season, have gone 14-2 to the over. That's 87.5%, 11.8 units of profit, 67.05% ROI. This is active on over 8.5. So is this a trend worth tailing or a trap worth fading? So I'm going to say that this is a trend to tail, but it is a little bit misleading here. So Ashcraft has gotten an insane amount of run support. 9 or more runs in 4 of his last 6 outings. He ranks in the 92nd percentile in pitching run value per Baseball Savant and has elite metrics across the board. So it's not because of how bad he has been, it's just because he's gotten a ton of run support. He's been actually very good. Philly has notably struggled on the road this season, averaging just 4 runs per game on the dot. That's 6th worst in the majors, but due to the power in the top and middle of their lineup and the struggles of Pittsburgh's bullpen, I expect Philly to generate some offense in this one. Nola, on the other hand, is the main reason why I like the over. He's been abysmal. He owns a 4th percentile pitching run value and ranks as a below average pitcher at this point in his career. The Pirates have been not one of the best offense at home in the majors this season. 5.53 runs per game scored. I expect them to have success in this matchup, so give me the over 8.5. Moving on to the Mets at the Blue Jays. The Mets are 35-49, and the Blue Jays are 39-45. Sean Manaea is going to pitch. He's going to start for the Mets. He's 1-2 with a 4.87 ERA, and Trey Savage 3-3 with a 3.56 ERA. Per TrendsCenter, since April 8th, 2026, favorites against the Mets have gone 22-5 on the money line, 81.48% for 15.9 units of profit, 43.49% ROI. So this is active on the Blue Jays, minus 120 on the money line. Is this a trend worth tailing or a trap worth fading? I'm going to say that this is a trend to tail. The Mets are an absolute disaster right now. Losers of 8 of their last 9. They just fired their manager. They've gone 4-13 in the 17 games Manaea has pitched in this season. And just organizationally, they are a dumpster fire. There's no possible way I'm going to advocate backing them against a quality pitcher like Trey Savage, who owns a 95th percentile XBA, 89th percentile xERA. He's pitching better than his ERA shows, and I expect him to actually be a frontline start. I'm really high on his stuff. And this is just a matchup that I want to definitely tail Toronto in here, especially when you can get them in that minus 120 range. I think that's a very fair price at home against a team like the Mets right now. Moving on to the Twins at the Astros. The Twins are 40-45. The Astros are 42-44. Zebby Matthews is going to pitch for the Twins. He's 3-5 with a 4.56 ERA. Peter Lambert 6-4 with a 3.28 ERA will go for Houston. Since 2023, Astros home games on Mondays, when Houston has had a minus 270 money line or shorter, and the over-under has been between 7.5 and 9.5, have gone 28-3 to the over. 23-8, 90.32% for 24.7 units of profit, 72.43% ROI. So this is active on over 8.5 in this one. So is this a trend worth tailing or a trap worth fading? I usually don't like the day of the week trends, but this is actually a trend worth tailing here. So Zebby Matthews grades out as a below average pitcher, only excels at one thing: avoiding free passes. Once he exits the game, the Twins will give the ball to the worst bullpen in the entire majors in terms of ERA. at 5.45. Very bad. Peter Lambert has been a much improved pitcher since his days in Colorado, and Houston's bullpen has gotten a little bit better since Josh Hader arrived. They were the worst or among the worst in the majors before he made his season debut. But I think both offenses simply have an edge in this spot. I'm going to lean towards the over 8.5 in this particular situation. Now, heading to the Giants at the Diamondbacks. Giants are 35-48. Diamondbacks are 41-42, looking to get back to 500 here. Tyler Mahle, 1-7 with a 5.49 ERA is going to go for the Giants, while Eduardo Rodriguez, 6-2 with a 2.27 ERA is going to pitch for Arizona. Over the last 11 seasons, Eduardo Rodriguez's teams have gone 71-20 on the money line. That's 78.02% for 41.56 units of profit, 22.49% ROI against sub 500 teams when they've been minus 320 or shorter favored. So this is active on the Diamondbacks, minus 132 at home versus the Giants in this spot. Is this a trend worth tailing or a trap worth fading? I'm going to say that this is actually a trap to fade. While Rodriguez's numbers are great, his advanced statistics tell a completely different story. He ranks in the 9th percentile in whiff rate, 20th percentile in strikeout rate, 28th percentile in chase rate, 22nd percentile in xERA, and 23rd percentile in xBA. His 4.07 FIP, 4.44 xFIP, in career low 251 BABIP suggests that some negative regression is coming, and I want to get ahead of it. Pretty simple. The Giants' offense has been boom or bust all season long, but I'm going to take a shot on them in this spot. Now, Tyler Mahle has struggled, but if there's a matchup to turn things around, it's this one. The D-backs rank dead last in OPS against right-handed pitchers, and his xERA and xFIP are both better than E-Rods. This is a sneaky spot and won't be chalky whatsoever, but I'm firmly on the Giants in this matchup in the plus 115 to plus 120 range. Now, finally, the Angels, 36-49 at the Mariners, 42-43. Ryan Johnson, 1-2 with an 8.84 ERA, is going to pitch versus George Kirby, 6-7 with a 3.94 ERA. Per TrendsCenter, since June 22nd, 2022, the Mariners have gone 27-5 on the money line. That's 84.38% for 20.44 units of profit, 40.02% ROI as favorites, with George Kirby starting against the AL West. This is active on the Mariners minus 220 versus the Angels. Is this a trend worth tailing or a trap worth fading? I'm going to say that this is another trap to fade. And of course, if I said that this is a trend to tail and back to minus 220 money line, I'd probably receive hate, and I wouldn't be mad about it. I think if you're touting a minus 220 money line, you should probably pick a different profession. But I'm going to say that this is a trap to fade, and I'm going to go with the Angels in the plus 185 to plus 195 range in this one. Now, Ryan Johnson is coming off an outstanding outing in which he allowed just 1 hit in 6 shutout innings against the Orioles. He punched out 8 hitters, walked 1, showed what he could do against a non-elite offense. Before that, the 23-year-old faced the Athletics twice, the Dodgers twice, and the Cubs in his 5 outings. So this is going to be his 7th appearance and his 4th start of the year at 6'6" with a 3/4 delivery, and he has this like whip-like motion. It's pretty interesting. He should carry some positive momentum into a matchup against the Mariners lineup that has the 5th worst OPS in the majors. Now, the Mariners have lost 3 of George Kirby's last 4 starts, 5 of his last 7. His advanced numbers paint the picture of an average starter, and he struggles in 2 main categories: whiff rate, just the 16th percentile, and hard hit percentage, the 26th percentile. While the Angels are definitely weaker without Mike Trout in their lineup, but they rank 5th in barrel rate as a team. They also rank 2nd worst in whiff rate. What does that mean? Obviously, that's not a good thing, but this means that a matchup against Kirby might not be too daunting since he misses so few bats. So I'm going to back the Angels, like I said, in that plus 185 to plus 195 range. If you're into it, let me know, and we could tail that together. That's it for today's episode of Trend or Trap. As always, if you made it to this point, I have a special promo code just for you. Enter code POD50 for 50% off your first month of TrendsCenter Premium, exclusive to listeners and viewers of the show. With TrendyBot AI, our all-new rewards program, the ability to create a personalized portfolio of trends, and our brand new Beat the Streak game, there are so many reasons to get in on the action and grab a premium subscription. So do that right now. And as always, feel free to reach out to me on Twitter and let me know what you are tailing and what you are fading. I am Dan Karpuk here for TrendsCenter. I'll be right back here tomorrow with another episode of Trend or Trap.